Hello everybody, my name is David Jordal. I'm the developer of the CSR Direct Project, and I'm here with video number 2. And I want to thank everybody for watching the other one. If you watched that one, I'm here to further tell you what the project is. And I think I want to get to some, more visual aids. This project was born out of my experience dealing with homelessness, and that instead of tippy-toeing around the subject, that's a really good launch a subject for getting into other social issues. That I think in the other video I mentioned that the shelter system is where our racial disparity lands, right there. And part of it is it lands from men, non-white men, African-American men especially, coming from prison, coming back into the civilian life. So, and I had some buddies and friends that in the shelter, black men that had been in prison. One guy was a GD, gangster's disciple, and he told me, and I was trying not to be one of that white guy that just, I'm just curious, weird interest. It was uncomfortable. I was curious. It was true, but I also didn't want to put him in a weird spot, uncomfortable spot. So, but he did tell me that, you gotta. It was a real genuine thing where he had to. I don't remember why he was in there, but he had to join up. He had to connect, and a lone wolf was eaten up real quick, so to speak, figuratively. So here's, just to give you the web address for those of you who haven't seen it, that I also have a message board for the project, so CSR Direct Help.us, so CSR Direct Help.us. I'll make another panel like this for that. But I want to get to a little bit more of the philosophy briefly, not get into too much, and excuse me, get into the current circumstance right now. So before I leave that train of thought around shelter and racial disparity landing in the shelter system, this is how I created the logo, the icon for the CSR Direct Project, and hopefully it doesn't come across disrespectful. It is totally, completely about respecting Native American people, actually, that I've come to understand. Most of us know that the Native American community, it often is last or left out even in our discussion around race. And they were the first people who were abused and killed, and some would say culture-side. And that's not, really, the truth is how America has treated the Native peoples is just, dare I say, sickening, really. That's what I think. But here is how I came across. So in that light, that subject, that really leads to how I created this logo. That I took the star that you would find on the maps that would come across, that would lead people, the white culture, to these shores. The navigational star as a nice symbol for navigating direction. That's what I wanted to use as a icon or logo for this project, the CSR Direct Project. Navigating through resources, navigating through community, navigating through personal change, personal growth, taking on really tough challenges, personal challenges, living life from the inside out rather than trying to live from the outside in, getting into that sick relationship stuff. Technical words. But that I modified that star with the blue and the light blue and the green circle, and then I took the local area Native American medicine wheel and put it at the heart of that navigational star. And the reason why even before I even thought of that was I wanted some kind of cultural color to refer to our community and the culture there. And I just thought, this is really the best, because it really it's there. I put it there to honor and remind us of who we are and how we got here. Really, that again, white privilege was taken. It was not just a thing that happened. It was taken. And we're not going to make any progress in our society until white culture owns that truth and becomes more willing to make changes. And I'm here to say we, as a white culture, need to make those changes, and that we will actually benefit from those changes. It's not about losing our identity. It's not about anything other than just grabbing hold of our capacity to be more than just the culture that's been abusive and worse. We need to stop lying to ourselves when we talk about such a great country. When we include in the discussion the people of the native cultures and communities, and the African Americans who have, and Asian Americans that come over here, where the abuses and atrocities over the years haven't been addressed well enough. And I'm not going to get too far into that. It's really, bottom line is there. I see it in the shelter system, and we have this practice in our society, overall society, white culture in power thing, where we keep creating the same problem. That this project is not here to be part of the business as usual that does just the same old thing and indulges in the same old mentality that leads us to the same old place. That is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing, maybe with a little different twist or different characters, different players, but doing the same thing and hoping for a different result. That's the definition of insanity. So, I think I'm going to leave that right there at that point and start to talk about more the features of the work that I've been working toward. Actually, I need to back up. That this past 6 years has given me the opportunity. So being in the shelter for 4 years has given me a lot of experience to bring to bear on this work. I know that it's very easy for people in the helping community to take that 4 years and just slap that long-term homeless. He's long-term homeless. And my response is, first, stop it. Stop it. And my next message is, you need to start seeing the whole picture and seeing people. And I'm here to bear witness to just the last couple of months, the way my circumstances played out. So, okay, let's back up a little bit. So I'm in the shelter system, and all kinds of experiences in that time frame. But in the beginning of 2014, I get this weird response. A woman comes to find me at the library, and I'm set up with I've already gotten 2 microgrants. So just a brief mention of some of the things that I've been awarded and experienced in achievements is right from the beginning, I started to reach out to people in the community about this work, about this idea, this concept of a new nonprofit. It's all about creating one tagline I have is creating a new model in community service and resource information through technology. Another one is filling in the information gap while thinking outside the box and working outside the system, because the system needs some guidance. Yes, and if you sense a little attitude there, oh yeah, absolutely. All based on my living in the experience. I've been also told by many people in positions of authority, responsibility, and leadership, emphasizing the fact that that's why my doing this work and me doing it from this experience gives it so much power, and authenticity is another word, and dare I say authority based on experience and work, personal work starting 33 years ago, working with, learning from peers and professionals to know what it is to live outside the alcoholic addict family system in which I was born, that domestic violence family in which I was born, to know what it is to heal and recover, not just survive from being sexually molested in the junior high school and when I was in the Boy Scouts, that the whole experience came from, it was on top of that, insult to injury, swept under the rug. That guy who was a perpetrator, multiple boys were molested, that he was never brought to justice. He was never tried and put in prison and stopped. Unfortunately, in a very sickening manner, it just is unacceptable. So this experience, this person that comes to me, and I'm trying to get to that, and I'm going to have to go to another podcast or a video to say that I was on the executive committee for Heading Home Hennepin, that I received 2 micro grants, that I was invited and went via scholarship to 3 Minnesota Coalition for the Homeless conferences. I just missed this last year to go because I couldn't find transportation to get down to, I think, Mayo Clinic in Rochester, or the Mayo compound. Anyway, that I have more things that I've done over the last 6 years, but in this last 2 years in this housing program, I was able to get into this housing because I was simply 55. And after 4 years, the first year was novelty. The second year was novelty. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't fun being in the shelter system. I went to, stayed in 6 different facilities, and circumstances facilities, that it wasn't pleasant, it wasn't fun, but I was still okay. And there were still many days where I enjoyed life, really. Again, I have many stories, and part of this project is about telling stories. I have 3 interviews that I've recorded already. I just need to edit them and publish them. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of work, and my 2-year housing ended because I needed to get a PSN, which was a professional statement of need, in order to continue in this housing program. And I wasn't really qualified. That I'm not mentally ill and I'm not disabled. So I said no. And today is my first day on my own. So I'm here to work at getting enough of a word out to you to hopefully have some support and financial backing to continue building this work, these resource the resource listings in this project. So gotta go, gotta end this video. Until next time, take care. I hope you visit my GoFundMe account and Take care.